Let's keep talking about ingredients. Let's talk about, I know fiber is a key part of the shake. Audrey, maybe you can speak to some of the fiber we put in there.
I'll talk about the fiber. We have a very unique fiber called FiberSol 2. It's a resistant maltodextrin. Not only does it help decrease body fat, but it has other effects on satiety, and it actually blocks body fat. There was a study just shown recently in Japan. So there's 33 clinical studies on this fiber, and that with the trisulfur combination is an almost unbelievable formulation.
I know fiber is really key, and I think the digestive enzymes I know is a key part of what gets the results.
Yep. We have a patented digestive enzyme called aminogen in our shake. You find enzymes in things like papaya and pineapple. And what it does is it helps your body take that protein and absorb it even more efficiently. So you're getting a greater benefit with less protein. And that's where I know our bodybuilders out there are always like, oh, you need more. Well, actually you don't. You need more quality protein that can go into your lean muscle. And our added aminogen helps with that as well.
And I want to add in that it's also chock full of things like probiotics and prebiotics. And I don't know if you know this, but if you take a single dose of an antibiotic, 1 dose of amoxicillin, 1 dose of a Z-Pak, you wipe out your entire intestinal flora. Half of the vitamin K we produce is produced in our intestines. 1 dose of an antibiotic wipes that out. You need prebiotics, you need probiotics, and we provide all of that. We provide that in the nutrients, in the shakes, and everything that we have for you. So very important for a healthful diet.
That is, and our fiber is a prebiotic fiber, which are studies that show that it helps people, prebiotics with Crohn's disease. So I know I was talking to a few of you out in the audience about how your great results are because of the prebiotics. So we're very thankful for that as well.
And I know your guys' strategy and formulation is to take kind of a holistic approach, right? Instead of targeting one part of the body, I know you target all kind of systems. Maybe you can speak to that, Dr. Wither.
Yes, this is unique to ViSalus. The founders let us do this. If you're going to fight obesity, there's 9 systems in the body that you have to attack. People just think it's hunger, people think it's appetite, other stuff. There are 9 body systems that are going against you. They're trying to fight you every step of the way. So when we design our formulas, we take a very scientific approach. No other company knows this. No one company is probably smart enough to know this. So we look at each of the systems and what product attacks which.
I would recommend the ViShake over other shakes to my patients. It is brilliant. It's the best shake out there. The trisulfur protein, it's low fat, low sodium, 90 calories, gluten-free, kosher. I think we hit it on all areas for every single being on the planet.
I want to talk a little bit about the quality. Guys, this is important. I know this is never something you're just going to come out in a challenge party. This isn't something you're going to go out there and pitch to get a customer. That's not that level of conversation. But it's important that you guys know the level of detail that goes into the selection process all the way through till that shake gets delivered on your customer's doorstep. And it's important for you guys to know what goes on behind the scenes in service and support of you and the results guys that we're championing. Audrey, can you talk a little bit about kind of the quality testing?
Yeah, there are so many things we do behind the scenes that you don't need to know about, but if you've seen me on Facebook with a net on my hair in the manufacturing plant, it's the quality. And what we do is every ingredient, first we select it and we make sure it's from a certain supplier, a certain potency. Then we go to the manufacturing plant, we test it to ensure it's our potency and our purity. Then we test during the manufacturing process to ensure consistency. We test at the end of the manufacturing process to ensure we meet label claim. We send our product to an outside independent testing lab, often 2 or 3 of them, and test for all of the above. Plus we test for heavy metals and all the other things you don't want in your shake. And we test to make sure that what we say is in it and nothing more. And that's why we're in a CGMP certified facility that's FDA inspected. And oh, by the way, it is also kosher. And I don't know if you know what that means, but it meant a lot of work because the Orthodox Union had to approve every ingredient, every supplier, every source, every country that that ingredient came from. They had to approve our facility, and they sent an independent rabbi every single production run to oversee it, saying what we do is what we say we do.
As a pharmaceutical rep, I was that girl in the very beginning. I had to know every ingredient that was in the bag. Spent a lot of time on the phone with product developers of the product, making sure that it was the best that was on the market.
This company, ViSalus, is unique. I don't have restrictions on ingredients. The 3 founders, asked me to make the best you can, and we'll go with it. Herbalife, Amway, anybody else, they would laugh me out of the lab. There's no restrictions on quality from this company, ever.
And guys, here's what I want you to understand. As a company, we don't have to. This industry is an unregulated industry, unfortunately, and you'll see a lot of the competition out there, they don't do this. But we want to make sure that what we say is in the bag is in every single bag, because you don't know who that bag is going to go to, who's going to consume that, and what story that may create, and who that may inspire. Every single bag and every single person, guys, that's what goes into the science. You guys, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time or ask you guys to chime in, but I want to show these images and at least get you guys the detail, because I watch Audrey, the doctor, slave through this every single day, all the way down not only to where the product is manufactured, but down to the actual bag that it gets put in. You guys spend a lot of time carefully selecting the facilities. Maybe speak for a second on kind of the facilities that we use.
We've actually got a whole, what we call, team of people who go out and qualify our manufacturers. We care about how many R&D scientists they have in their lab, how many quality people they have in their facility, how many people are on the plant floor watching the product being made. So we select our manufacturers very conservatively. And then we send out our team of people, including me frequently, to go watch how the product's being made, so we make sure it's what we want it to be made. And then as Blake was saying, we also care about the packaging that goes into it. We test our packaging. We know every ink on the back of the bag. We know every inch of that thing. We test it for strength, for shipping, for handling, for everything. So there's so much that goes into it.
Don't forget taste.
And then as we go global, we have to provide all these tests to the governments to show that our product is compatible and that in hot degrees, cold degrees, it lasts. There's more that goes into it that I could talk about in this short period of time. And then it's labeled to the highest standards. We have not one, not two, but we have had 3 legal firms review our labels, review our literature, review everything, and including one of our attorneys who worked for the FDA. So we hold ourselves to a higher standard.
I watch this every single day, and I give an example. I come up to Audrey a couple weeks ago, and I go, Audrey, how come on our product literature, on our marketing, I'm allowed to say isoflavone free, but how come on the shake we have to say reduced isoflavone? And then Audrey gives me this mile-long dissertation of, well, we adhere to the FDA and FTC regulation, and the FDA is actually the one that issues product packaging guidelines. The FDA says this is what they prefer. The FDA prefers us to say reduced on product packaging, but the FTC is the one that regulates the marketing materials, and the FTC would prefer that it says isoflavone free. And we want to make sure we make the FTC and the FDA happy, so it actually means both. That's the level of stuff that they go through, guys, when it comes to the label. Stuff that you'll never have to worry about, but know that they worry about, and know that ViSalus will not cut any corner, and make sure we put every single I dotted, T crossed to have the highest quality and integrity. At the end of the day, from the smart people selecting the right ingredients, going through, right, the right manufacturing, the right quality, the right packaging, right, the right inspection, all the way down to the right label, all the way down to the right delivery to a doorstep. At the end of the day, we have the only Trizor protein, we have the full fiber, lowest fat, lowest sodium, lowest sugar, lowest carb, lactose-free, gluten-free, heart-healthy, calcium, friendly for those that are diabetic, certified kosher, 25 vitamins and minerals. We have the #1 formula on the planet at the most affordable price that crushes every competition, and that's why we had 1.5 million people on the challenge last year.
I would recommend the shake to everybody, anybody from kids all the way up to elderly individuals who need nutrition.
The thing that's so unique to everyone, it fits with every lifestyle.
The health perspective that I see is phenomenal. I've seen so many transformations.
My favorite thing about the ViShake is how easy it is to use. It's just amazing. Anyone can use it anytime. It's the best fast food there is.
And guys, at the end of the day, like I said, that was just to take your belief meter from where it was to where it needs to be. You don't need to know the science, they know the science, but you do have to trust and believe that they know the science, so we can go out there, keep it simple, have fun, serve some shakes, right? Get paid to party, and go take weight off the world. One more time, guys, for our Scientific Advisory Board.